Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a DIY. I'm DIYing, I think it's just currently 2 at the moment, 2 baby like pacifier clip things, since 2 of my reborn babies have one and 2 of them don't, so I'm doing them in their own little like colour. So Jax has his blue one, Aria has her pink one, and then I've got Ophelia and Holly that don't have one, so I'm making them one in their own colour, which I've got the stuff to make both of their colours. So I've got a purple for Ophelia and then a red for Holly. Also, don't mind I'm red in the face because it is warm and I've been running around doing stuff today, and I finally just had a minute to sit down and do this. But yeah, so I've got some of the stuff to do this. Well, I think I've got everything to do this, hopefully. I do also want to make them each a white one each, just a plain white one. But I don't have all the stuff for that yet. So, yeah. So we're currently just waiting for that. So that might be done in a vlog or whatever. But yeah, I've got, I think, everything that I need. So yeah, so everything that I've got is, I've got purple ribbon, red ribbon. I didn't go for like a thick ribbon, I just went for like a thin one, which is like 3mm. Because I thought it doesn't need to be like really thick because I need to try and put beads and stuff on them. So I went for like a lilac and a red. So I got them. I got purple block letters and red block letters for their names. Normal like purpley coloured beads and then red beads. I got, don't mind the ducks, that's for like a different thing, some purple teddy bears, since each of their like coloured ones are gonna have teddy bears on, and then their like white ones they're gonna have is like their own like animal that they have, so don't mind that. I've got 2 different types of like red teddy bears, but I don't think either of them are gonna fit on the ribbon, so I've got some elastic like string thing which I'm just gonna tie them on that way kind of thing. I got these like poppers and stuff to be able to do that and pop them together and stuff. Then I've got, oh my god, a tool that come with it to put that all together. And then I got some clips which I might later on paint. I'm not sure, I'm undecided if I would just want to leave it this wooden colour or I want to paint them. I'm not sure, but I've also got that, and that is like everything. I've also brung Ophelia down and that, and she's got her dummy in, so I can kind of work out the size that I need for her, and then do a slightly shorter one for Holly and stuff, and see what it is like. I probably should have brung down one of the other ones, one of the other dummy clips, and that's why I might quickly grab that now, just to give me a point on what to kind of do and for it to look like. Okay, so I've just gone and pinched Jax's one. I think this is probably the length I probably need for Ophelia's as well, because this is an alright length on him. So yeah, I'm out of breath. Also, don't mind the door being open, I'm too lazy right now to get up and re-shut it. I don't think it was ever shut actually, to shut it right now, so it's staying open. And plus I'm also like the only one in the house right now, so I don't have to worry about someone coming in. But yeah, so I got everything I need. I'm gonna try and recreate this in red and purple, well, somewhat close to it. But yeah, but I've got all the poppers in the colours I need. So I've got like red, I've got purple, I've got a bunch of white, and then I've got like extras. I'm feeling like going for the lighter purple than the darker purple would be the shout. and that, but I feel like it's gonna have to be the darker red because that's like a reddy orangey colour. So yeah, is that the right way? Yeah. So let's get on and do this. Where do I start? Do I start at the bottom? Of how long I need this, be a little bit extra, and then get a clip. I'm not gonna cut the ribbon until it's like fully like done. This ribbon's also a lot thinner than Jax's and Aria's clip, so yeah. Which one do I need? Do I need the smaller one? Or are they the exact same? I have no clue. Oh no, that should work, them ones. I don't need them ones. It's trying to like figure out everything that I need. So I'm just gonna use like the blunt endy kind of thing, like that, just one side. And I have that in purple as well. Oh no, it's the other way. It's this way, I think. So I've just looped it. Oh god. Let me just do this small little fiddly part off camera, off the screen, because I have no clue what this is meant to go. Oh my god. Okay, so I've done the tedious task of getting the first clip pinny thing on. I did add more space between the clip thing and the popper thing, purely because it was tedious to do so. But yeah, so now we've done that, it is add some of the beads. So she's got different colour beads in hers. There is some like pinky colour. Let me pull them out on the tray. I'm using the pop-up tray. And that's, I'm like, do I use all three colours and do kind of like what this one is? Like the 3 different colours. And do it that way. Because they're about the same size. So I could do like 3 different lines of it. This one only does 2 full ones and then they do the bear. But I could do technically 3. Because they've done 3 this side, but they've only done 2 this side. But I could do 3 and then do their name, do her name or something. And that, but anyway, let me just do, I might give this one a bit more ribbon, just because I'm gonna have to be like doing the poppers and stuff. So I might cut it about here, just so I have a little bit more ribbon for like the poppers and stuff. So let me just end that. So now I'm done with this ribbon, and I've got like, I had got like a bought 10 meter one, so this will probably be used for the girls' hairs now. Or I might put it in like some of my hair or something. It'll be used for hair, so that can be put aside. So I'm thinking, yeah, definitely do 3 of it. Do I do, because I've got a white, a dark purple, and then like this pinky kind of colour and that, but I want to use all 3, so I might do white, like the white pearl, and then go for like the pinky colour and then the dark purple. and do that like 3 times. And that, so I've now got the tedious job of putting them all in. Okay, this is gonna be fun. I know these all fit because I have literally tried it out before, so I might have to be like this. There you go. Right. Do I try and add that to it? No. So then go with like the pinky colour. Also, sorry if you can hear like the traffic, the window is open because it is so warm. And I'm literally just wearing a jumper, so I can't even take my jumper off. And this one. And then go with like the dark purple, and then repeat this a couple of times. That one. The hole, I've lost the hole. There. So this is what it's going to be like. I'm going to do the other ones off camera because this is tedious, and then when I get to the hairs I will do that, and also sort out the letters off camera as well, so they are done off camera, and do that. So yeah. So I've got her name spelled out. I've also realised that in the packet of letters there was only one L and I needed 2, so I'm gonna have to use an I, because an I is literally just like the straight up and down like one kind of thing, because I'm doing Ophelia Hazel and that. So yeah, I'm doing like their full names. So I'm gonna have to use an I for it, but oh well. These teddy bears also go differently to these ones, because these ones are just side to side. These ones are holes from like the top to the bottom, so it's gonna be like a sideways one, but you know, which are slightly also bigger. But you know, let's put this through. Also, why was it the other things were a lot easier to put through this, were a lot easier to put on when it was off camera? Like, what is it with that? This also feels like it's gonna get like stuck in here. Oh, it's like slightly coming out the top. Yay. And that's what the bottom looks like. I don't know, I might trim this little like extra part off. I might not, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what it's currently looking like at the moment. So let's add in the letters, which I'm gonna have to do backwards. So Hazel, and make sure I'm doing it the right way. I'm on the right way. or Ophelia Hazel. These letters are like obviously slightly smaller than obviously like Jax's ones. But yeah, they also do with like the colours in the middle, so I might do that as well. What I might do is in the middle, I might just do this white one and a purple one. Instead of doing like all three of them, just do like the two colours, like the purple and the white and kind of thing. Because I don't want too much of like the pink on here, since it is meant to be like a purple one. So do that. That one, and then this one. Oh my god, I had that literally almost on and then I dropped it. So like so. Is that even the right way for you guys? No, it'll be that way. And then put Ophelia on here. I had to get like the information of like their names, well her name and stuff on my phone, just to make sure I spelled Ophelia right as I was like spelling these out, as I was getting the letters out and that. But for now I'm just using the I as the second L because I don't want to have to buy another whole lot of letters just to get another L and stuff. So it currently looks like that. And then it is the other bear. Because I want these to be as close as possible to Jax's and Aria's one, which Aria's one is literally just like Jax's but pink and slightly longer for some reason, hers is. But theirs were made for like Christmas a couple years ago. My mum got them made by someone for Christmas. And then, so yeah, so theirs was more of like a Christmassy present. And then what do I start with? Do I start with the opposite colour? Do I start with the purple? Because that's the opposite way round on here. So obviously that one's like the white, the clear white blue, or the white clear blue, whichever way you take it. And then that's, oh, it's kind of the same but just opposite. So do I do purple, pink, and then white for this one? So this order is opposite this way, but then either way it's kind of like thingy, possibly. And then do 3 layers of this again, which is, why is it so easier for me to put them on now than the first layer of all of these beads? I have no clue. And then white. Also, I am doing this on the floor because I thought it'd be easier to just do this craft on the floor than it would be on the table. and then another white. And then one more layer. Okay, that one slightly weird. And then one more white one, and then we're done. Obviously all the beads and stuff that I don't use I will keep, and then possibly like make myself a bracelet or something out of them, or do whatever with them and stuff. So that is the thing. Now I just need to do the poppers on the side. This is quite big for like the popper thing, so I might like trim it down a bit, but yeah. So, oh, I just need like the one thing and then the top gets flipped over. Cool. I've got the popper stuff out. Which popper do I need? This one. So I've got the stuff out. I just need to do the pop. Which side goes on what? Okay, so it's like the pointy side goes on this black bit. I'm gonna line it up to show you guys, and then I'm gonna do it because I've been like leaning on my foot to do this. And then this side goes like here, and then it pushes down, kind of thing. So this has to like line up on here. Then I'll put this top thingy on it, and then like push down. But I'm doing that off camera because I don't want to try that. I've kind of just like lined it up and then pushed down, kind of thing. And that side is done. I did leave like a bit of a gap, so yeah, don't mind that. But that is like a good size. It is kind of, if I line this up, it is kind of longer, or the whole length of Jax's, but it doesn't really matter and stuff. So I'm just gonna do the loop over now, for how big I need it for the dummy. Work out how big I need this like a loop part to join up the other part for the dummy. I am feeling, do I need to loop the top bit, or can I just do it as singular again? And that I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna pinch the dummy and go put that in. Because I'm thinking, can't I just do it that way, where it's just the one loop? But then I'm like, is that gonna be strong enough? Or do I need to double loop this and go like so, and then put that through the dummy and go clip, because that's stronger, but it's going to be more tedious. But I don't think it really matters where the double point is. but I've got my second lot, so I'm gonna pierce through one part of the ribbon just to make it easier on me when doing this. Get my second bit of ribbon, put that over the top and slightly pierce through that. And that's with these spike parts, I can like pierce through the ribbon a bit. I don't know if you guys can see. And then I can put this. I think I've done this up the wrong way around. So let me swap that over. There's the pierced part there. And then the pierced part on this one. There, because then that will then, no, I've done it right the first way. Oh my god, I'm confusing myself. Because then when that is done and it folds over, it will be popped that way. So yeah, so now put that into the black part and then pop this on. Which way does this pop? That way. Yeah, so it's like this point goes down. Okay, cool. Okay, so I kind of popped it on myself. I just need to put it in this black part to like fully pop it on. Okay, no, maybe not. I lost it a bit. Okay, maybe I can. So just go and press down. I have to put a lot of pressure on this, and I do a couple of squeezes just to make sure it is done. I also don't know if I'm meant to actually swap some of these tools around. I'm not sure, but or if these are just like spares or what. So I think that is done. And then put that the right way around and clip it. So it is still like singular over this clip part, but the double popper part, double. So I'm gonna cut off the extra ribbon parts as close as I can. I don't want a bit to be like fully close. I've left a bit. But clip off the extra on here as well. And then with this, I'm going to test it out with the dummy, put that on her, open the clip. Obviously, if I do end up deciding on painting these, obviously hers will be like a purple colour, Holly's will be, I don't know where my other, oh it's there. Holly's will be like a red, and then the other ones will be white. But I'm just like, at the moment I'm fine with it being this wooden colour. But if I do paint it, that will be a later on thing. And it looks like so, which looks really cute and adorable. It does seem like quite long. Oh, that was my fault. But it works alright. Now this length might be a bit long on Holly, so, and plus all her like colour beads are one colour, so I might just do like 2 lines, like do the 6 instead of 9 on here. And her bears aren't as big, so I can do hers slightly smaller. But yeah, there's that. let me just tidy up from this and then we can crack on with Holly's. Okay, so I've cut the length of the string, got the letters laid out, and also done this bottom part because this was like the tedious part. And that, so I've done most of the hard parts. So I'm gonna do 6 of these little red balls. That's tedious to put on as well. What is it with having to do this? Okay, done. So yeah, so I might do just 6 of these red ones because Holly is so much smaller than Ophelia. So she needs a smaller dummy clip. Obviously a big one is just going to look a bit weird on her, even though Aria has the biggest one. And that, but I'm gonna put 6 of these beads on and I will be back. Right, so now them 6 are done. I've got 2 different teddy bears. I've got like these ones, and then I've also got like these ones. These ones seem like more colourful, so I might go with these ones, to be honest. Well, that's if there's 2 reds in here, which I think there might be. Okay, 1 red. Oh, 2 red. So yeah, we're good. And then the rest of these can go. I don't know if these will fit on here actually. They might fit through this. I'm not sure. Let's try it. Okay, they do. That is great news because it means I don't need to use this string. So, right, they can be thrown elsewhere. And that, so that is great. This is also a lot smaller than, obviously, if we, oh, that's still clipped to her, that was great. I went to pull it and went, it's still clipped to her. Then obviously Ophelia's, and that obviously there is a massive size difference, but Holly is a smaller baby, so it might work out fine. So I need to put Holly Ray these letters on, which she has all of her letters. Thank God. I didn't need to substitute any of them. She had quite a few L's in her packet, which kind of isn't fair. So I'm also going to put 2 more of these, obviously, red beads on in the middle, because I've done 2 for Ophelia, so I feel like I should do 2 for Holly as well. I nearly went to put the bear on then and stuff. Obviously this will be trimmed down because this is quite long as it is at the moment. So do that. This is the quite speedy part because these aren't that hard to put on. And then that one. And then the bear again. Which is just the tedious part of like trying to get the whole ribbon through the bear, or somewhat towards the end, to then be able to grab it. And voila. That is actually quite short. Now I come to think about it, because adding another 6 of these will come to like, okay then let me get the measurement right, like here, and then the loop to be like here. But oh well. And then another 6 of these. Okay, why is it getting hard to put these on again? I don't need this right now. I thought this would be like a nice calming thing to do and wouldn't take that long. Turns out it's taking quite a bit and it's quite tedious and stressful when the beads don't go through, and the poppers are like the hardest part. And when you can't find the hole that the ribbon needs to go through, like, okay, this needs cutting a bit. How many was that? 3. Another 3. I keep dropping these really small beads. Four. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, oh, that was 5. And then last but not least, oh my god, this was like the second ball now that has like a slight indentation of what looks to be like a hole. I don't know if you guys can see it. No, you guys can't. But it looks like there's like a random like circle on here, and it looks like it's meant to be a hole, but it's not. And it's really confusing. But that is actually quite nice, you know. I think I put this the wrong way. No, I didn't. We're all good. I was gonna say, oh my god, did I put it the wrong way around? But I didn't. We're all good. So why does the popper go that way? So I need to go to the... Which one do I do? This one at the bottom, I think. And then that one at the top, yeah. So let's add this popper on. So kind of pierce the ribbon again, which I feel like is the easiest thing to do with putting these poppers on, is trying to pierce the ribbon, pierce it through the ribbon also. And then put in like the whatever needs to go on it slightly, and then putting it through this. And then push down. Okay, I managed to show you guys it that way. I'm doing that one. But I feel like I have to put like a lot of pressure on it to get it pushed down. And that was slightly wonky, but would it still pop on there? Hopefully. Otherwise I'm gonna have to redo this one. And then how much space do I need for the dummy? Do that. Pop it there. Okay, there will be about fine. So try and separate them. Push this one through. or this side of the ribbon through anyway. And then overlap the ribbon, or loop the ribbon, and get that to push in that. Oh god. Push in that through. And then once that is done, sorry, I just dropped the popper thing tool off my leg and it hit the fireplace. And then put that onto, or not. I'm probably going to have to use the floor again for this one. But, put this one on top. And then push this down. Did it go there? And then push down a couple times. And like so, should be done. Yes, it works. Or that wasn't on properly. Which is great. So I'm going to try and do that one again. And another that isn't attached. Lower, that can be slightly popped on. And then that could be pressed down. This one seems more promising. Okay, yeah, that looks 100 times better. And then that clip to there, yes, and then that come off, yeah. So like so. And then trim off obviously the excess. Oh, that was actually cut. Do this little bit down here and stuff. So yeah, and then that's Holly's one with obviously the dummy on it being like so. Obviously hers is 100 times smaller in comparison, but yeah, that was me doing them. Obviously everything else I will reuse and stuff, but yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, which is I think a haul, next Wednesday for a haul, but I'll see you guys Sunday for a vlog. Bye.